are we doing today? Good? Okay, good to hear. So I have an Indian dad, as you can see. And Indian dads, they're known for a lot of things, right? They're known for IT tech support, cricket, putting their nasty feet in everyone's shoes, forgetting to change out of their home clothes when they go out, doctor. Well, my dad's not a doctor, but he does think he is one, though. Yeah, a couple of years ago, he went to the ER because he pulled his neck, and then the nurse asked him, "Sir, what symptoms do you have?" And then he said acid reflux. Yeah. So, Indian dads, known for a lot of things. Good driving is not one of them. And by good driving, I don't mean crazy concepts like keeping distance between you and the car in front of you, or caring about the other people in the car. I'm talking about like government mandated rules. So like red means stop, yellow does not mean speed up, it means slow down, things like that. Speaking of which, my mom, a couple weeks ago, she got a piece of mail, and it said that someone in the household had a ticket. And then so she opened up the mail, and then the first image was the front of the car, second image was the back of the car, and then the third image was my dad's side profile. Yeah, so when my dad came home, he logged into the little site where you can review the video footage, and in the video, there's one car, and it comes to a beautiful stop, and then it makes a right turn. And then there's a second car, and the second car actually speeds up as it's making the right turn. And I want you guys to take a second to guess which car my dad was driving. Yeah. If you say the second one, you would be wrong according to my dad. He was a firm believer, you can ask him, that he was driving the first car. So he calls up a lawyer from Ticket Buster. Of course he knows what Ticket Buster is. And they're reviewing the footage, and that's when the lawyer says, "Sir, I think your license plate actually matches the second car." So I don't know how he's going to get out of this little pickle. But it's not the first time it's actually happened to my dad before. When I was 5, he was pulled over for speeding, and he told the police officer that I was sick, and that's why he was speeding. And so the next day he was in court, and he came with a PowerPoint presentation, and he was like, "In figure 8 over here, we see she has a nasty case of acid reflux." Yeah. The judge said, "Man, if I just reduce your ticket to $50, will you just leave me alone?" Yeah. To which my dad said, "Reduce it to $25 and you have a deal." Okay, he ran away with that immediately. But I love my dad, by the way. There's no hate. This is how Indians express their love. We tell you everything that is wrong about you so that you can improve in the future. So Indian dads, they're not good at driving, but they are great at school. And speaking of school, my world teacher, she kind of has this orthodox thing of boy-girl seating chart, which, I don't know, what do you do with people who identify as non-binary? Do you just put them in the middle and then branch out that way? Like, what are we doing? But anyways, the two boys on either side of me, they're best friends. And one day, one of them brought a sugar cane that was about 3 feet tall, so, just about their height. And they were taking massive chomps out of this sugar cane, and they were passing it back and forth and back and forth. And then one of them goes, "Bro, this shit is so fire." And then the other one goes, "Bro, you look like a camel." And our teacher actually allowed them to keep eating, but she's walking over, and then the camel asks her, "Ma'am, do you want to try some?" And then ma'am over here is like, "Oh, yeah, that looks absolutely wonderful. I mean, that looks really appetizing. Maybe next time." Next time? Should be a next time for this? But anyways, I was telling my dad because I thought this was a funny story. But then he was telling me about how people in India actually eat sugarcane. They probably use it as toothbrushes there as well. And so I told him this was not supposed to be a cultural bonding moment, but he was so moved by this whole, them eating sugarcane and embracing their culture or whatever, that the next day we're sitting in the principal's office with a PowerPoint presentation about the history of sugar canes. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoy.